Hello everyone, I'm going to try to make this quick, but today I'm going to go over some of the Tetris game boards that I've made over the last 5 to 6 years. So it first started out with like a different board, but then this one came pretty shortly after that. And so this is, all of these boards here play a Tetris game, and I'm in the middle of programming a snake game and maybe some other games to come. But it's a 10 by 10 grid of pixels, of LEDs, and then there's a microcontroller and a bunch of buttons, and some LEDs. They all have small lithium-ion batteries with charging circuits. So the first circuit board was etched at home. So that happened in 2017. And then a few months later, I went and had basically the same exact circuit printed from PCB. Maybe this one has batteries. No, that one's dead too. Okay, so those are the first two. And then I wanted to make it a little bit different. I wanted to put a scroll counter on it so that you can tell how good at the game you're doing. So I made this version. This one power up. Okay, this one does power up, good. And basically, there's some issue down here. A few dead LEDs. Basically, you can drop the pixels wherever you want. And you clear lines, you get points. You can rotate them. Oh, can't really rotate that one. Can't rotate that one either. So let's say I can rotate them. And there's a counter down there. There was a number of issues with this board. As you can see, I had to put a bunch of mod wires in to make everything function. And again, another battery just slapped on the back, which leads to the red one here. This one was actually pretty good. I got the 7 segments. You know, there's no mod wires on this. The battery's still just, taped on the back, but the charger was kind of integrated so that it doesn't sit, so that the charger's not glued on the board anymore, like the old ones. The charger was actually soldered on. So this was done in 2018. In 2019, I did this one, which kind of just implemented all the fixes from this board into this one. Which brings us to this one, which is a bit smaller. So what I wanted to try to do is try to make it as small as possible, even though I probably don't want it this small, but just to see how small I could make it. It actually uses a different battery that's soldered on, so there's no glue or tape on this unit. Also, all the circuitry is covered by this cover plate, and there's a 3D printed spacer to give me the vertical clearance for all my components. So here I have some boost circuitry to go from the lithium ion to 5 volts, which was what this guy was doing. And then I also have charge circuitry. And there's a USB-C port and a micro USB to charge it. I can just turn this on. I still have not gotten the code flashed on here. Here's just a quick program I put on there to make sure all the LEDs were working. And you can see I have a bunch of LEDs here for various status, like if it's charging, if you plug a cable into it, it'll tell you if it sees power or not. There's a battery okay, and basically that'll go on if the battery is dead. So that's kind of a battery not okay. And then there's 3 LEDs for the microprocessor to flash up status of different events, such as like a line being cleared. Another thing that I did was I put in an LCD module up here instead of a 7-segment display, so that I can put more information in than just the scroll. So So that's this one. It's a lot smaller than the rest. And here's this one. This one again is the best working one out of them all. So I can rotate. And if I turn off the light, maybe the brightness may be better. And there's a 7-segment display. The high score is stored in memory. So there was that high score. Here's a different high score. So just let me just line them all up so you can see, how much smaller they've gotten. Let me back up a little bit. So here's the initial. These two are the same size, and this size was this big because I was etching it at home, and I needed lots of space and clearance for the different tracks. Here, these two are the same, identical. These I made these a bit smaller, and then I added in 7 segments. And here I went to a smaller LED size, and I put a cover plate on with a 3D spacer. So there's also this joystick here, which is an alpha joystick, and I kind of need to go and get a better joystick to replace that one. But that's the gist of it. This is my Tetris project, and thank you.